Yo, what's up, imposter overload? Yeah, I kind of dig that. Hey, this is your boy John. Look, I don't know. I'm going to tell you, bro. I started this thing. What is this? This the third day, fourth day, somewhere in there, fourth day, maybe. All right. And I started this thing thinking, I'm going to go every day and I'll probably run out of things to talk about. I, man, how wrong could I have been? This AI thing, man, one of mankind's biggest inabilities is the ability to understand exponential growth and to really understand it. We have no idea really how to comprehend how fast things are moving. And I will just tell you, the faster things move, the more things that come out every day about ChatGPT and AI. Matter of fact, so quickly that even, we were talking last week about things going on in other countries. Now, our country, Biden administration is considering a crackdown on AI tools such as ChatGPT. What, really? What are you going to do? How are you going to put this genie back in the box? I don't know. But, leave it to any administration in the United States to be lagging and considering the unthinkable, honestly. The Biden administration is edging towards a rule on artificial intelligence tools such as ChatGPT because of the fears that the technology could be used to spread falsehood and discrimination. On Tuesday, I would say something, but I'm not going to say anything on that because if that were the case, why would we have Fox News? Yeah, I said it. All right. Anyway, on Tuesday, the Commerce Department issued a formal public request for comments on accountability measures for technology that includes potentially risky new AI models. Such models would be required to go through a certification process before they are released. The quasi-regulations of AI comes amid a wave of developments in the technology by nearly every major company. That's important for you to recognize. Every major company is on to this, right? Developers and customers are lauding AI's accuracy in analyzing realms of data and vastly improving operational efficiencies. But critics warn that tools like ChatGPT, much like any new technology, can be misused to commit crimes or spread harmful misinformation. And yep, it can. Yep, people will use it for nefarious things, and yep, the government will probably try to pass laws to stop it, but you can't put this one back. And we've talked about that. Well, hey, on top of that kind of news, and really honestly, to help, move forward this kind of measure, listen to this. You want a job? Here's a job. OpenAI will pay people to report vulnerabilities inside of ChatGPT. How much they paying? Oh my God. They will start paying people as much as $20,000 to help the company find bugs in its artificial intelligence systems, such as the massively popular ChatGPT bot. So, wow. If you think about it, man, OpenAI said they will pay. Look at this, man. The company will pay cash rewards depending on the size of the bug uncovered, ranging from $200 for what it calls a low severity finding to $20,000 for exceptional discoveries. Well, that's really pretty cool if you think about it, right? It's a cool way to earn you a little bit of cash by playing around with this. Hey, Michael, what's up? Yeah, they're going to pay you 20 grand for exceptional discoveries. This is important. This is an important development because, I don't have my other ear in. Let me put my other ear in. It's an important discovery because, or it's an important initiative because here's the thing. There's so much going on. You I don't think people completely understand what this artificial intelligence and chat GPT is. Let me try to give you just and me, look, I got a fifth grade level. I mean, a 5-year old brain. My brain is about works on the level of a 5-year old probably. So I'm going to try to explain it from a 5-year old level here. But here's the thing: if you don't understand chat, not chat GPT, but GPT in its first iterations, way back, going maybe 3, 4 years ago back, when it first was released, it could barely do simple arithmetic. 2 plus 2 equals 4, right? And it is a large language model, meaning that you just got to look up what an LLM is, but it's basically made to understand language and to mimic language. So if it basically was programmed so that it would understand a word, and based on that current word and uh, where it's placed, in its environment, it would create a second word. So that's why it kind of has a conversational tone to it, because it's based on large language. And if the larger it got with the learning of language, the smarter it got. So they didn't create the thing to write blog posts for you. That's not what it was created for. But as the thing started putting together all the neural networks, you know, it started understanding more, and then it create better output. So the deal is that at first it didn't understand just basic mathematics, 2 plus 2 equals 4, till today it actually understands 3D models of mathematics and gravity, so it can create 3D dimensional objects in a 3D space and then add gravity to it and make it fall. It's just insane the amount, but nobody taught it that. It taught itself that simply by the parameters of what was programmed in it to learn how to understand language. That's the best I can give it, you know, to you in my fifth grade understanding. So, but the deal is that the larger it becomes, the more stuff that it ingests, the bigger it gets in its training module, the smarter it gets on all things, or on not even all things, on many things, probably even things that you and I, with our little meat factory brains, won't understand at some point. That's why, there was this call, like, maybe we should stop this thing, because even the developers don't know what it knows or how it comes up with what it knows, right? So anyway, fast forward to the arms race. See, and this is the big problem. Let me see if I can view the original version. So it's because it's got pretty pictures. So here's the thing. This comes from the Indian Express, but if you look around, China is getting into the race, right? So the deal is, man, is that you have to understand that as long as we've got all of this stuff going on here in America, uh, these other countries like China are not going to just like, yo, you just win the AI race. No, now they're into the race. And the fact, that America, China, probably Russia, and all these other countries are working on generative AI, uh, that means we can't even really literally put the kibosh on American generative AI, because we got to keep up. Who wants to let China be the one that has the smartest AI technology? You know what I'm saying? So unless all the world gets on the same page, which is very rare in these times, this thing is that's what I'm saying. It's going to be hard to put regulation on it, because not to stop it, because all of these countries are now in a race. This is the new arms race, right? Literally, because I mean, what kind of things can come out of this? What militarily? What kind of things can come out of it? In space, in the race to space. There's so medicine, just so many other things. It's so much deeper than writing a blog post. I love it for writing blog posts, but trust me, that's not the only thing that is on the table these days. All right, anyway, so I like to end at least with some good stuff for you that's going to help you write better blog posts. So here we go, man. All right. Yes, that's right, Lisa. From the space race to the AI race. It's not even to the AI race. The space race at this point is the AI race because what's going to happen? What? The AI is probably going to make the jet propulsion systems or even fold, space so that we can run from here to Mars in, seconds. Who knows what is going to come out of this ultimately once we have superhuman capacity with these technologies. So anyway, here's some good stuff for you, man. That's going to help you with your creativity, your productivity, and your use of these AI tools. This comes from Make Use Of. Hey, I forgot to tell you, even before this, like all of these links and my show notes are in my group. All right. I've got a group on Facebook. It's called Chat GPT Mixtape. So if you just go to Facebook, search for Chat GPT Mixtape, it's an open, a free group. I'm there. I don't know who else is there. Nobody else posts. So it's just me right now. But hopefully we can have more discussions and do more stuff. But if nothing else, you can get all the show notes and the links to the things that I've talked about on this episode and prior episodes. But of course, if you wait a week, then the shit I said today won't even be relevant. That's how fast things are moving. So, but anyway, make use 7 prompting techniques to improve your chat GPT responses. So this is giving you some great insight on this. First thing, like assign it a role. One way to get the best results from chat GPT is to assign a role to it. So here's the first instance, where it's like, hey, can you explain the workings of the sun? And then the response comes back. The sun is a star at the center of our solar system, a giant ball of gas. Nuclear fusion is the process. The sun's enormous gravity pulls. It gives you that answer that goes into some detail about, the process of fusion. But depending on the type of audience, that might not be what you want. But what if you want a target audience that was for a class of people like me, 5-year-olds, right? So if you assign it and say, hey, I want you to take the role of a primary school teacher. You're teaching a class of 5-year-olds. Now, can you explain the workings of the sun? And then it starts out with, hey, hello, boys and girls. Today you're going to learn about the sun. The sun is a big round ball of gas. The sun is really important because it gives us light and warmth. You see how it speaks differently and it teaches differently. So sometimes when you want something, you want it more precise, assign it a role. Number 2, define your communications channel and your target audience. If you're looking for ChatGPT to produce something creative for writing, then you can achieve this far more impressive results by giving it some relevant information. So here it is. What equipment? It starts out, what equipment do I need to start a needlework hobby? That's the first thing. And it gives you, hey, you need needles, you need threads. But what if you give it, if you wanted to list it out and talk to it differently? So it says, write a YouTube script for a mainly female audience that describes the equipment you need to get started in needlework. Then it starts out by saying, gives you an introduction. Then it says first things you're going to need, the different types of needles you're going to need, what are the projects you're going to use. You feel me? Definitely do this. Chained prompts. Chained prompts will quite happily write a page of content for you, of course, with ChatGPT. But if you chain your prompts, it'll allow you to tailor the content to ensure that it matches what you need with the specific information and the keywords. So you want to read about chained prompts. The other thing it talks about is formatting your output in Markdown. And there's so many great ways to do this, but it's going to give you, headlines, subheadlines, and really format things into more of a blog post kind of vibe with headings and subheadings and topics and all that kind of stuff. And it talks about how to do that, how to use ChatGPT to generate its own prompts. And I talked about this in the group the other day about how I use it to prompt me to get better results. It's like, do you need any more information? Ask me and I'll give it to you. And then you redo it again. Great stuff right here. Number 6, let your personality shine by adding some character to your response. And it tells you about how to do that. And of course, finally, chain of thought prompting. This is pretty deep. So I'm not even going to, try to explain it. You just get it, right? Go get this make use of. It's on makeuseof.com, prompting techniques to improve ChatGPT. And the other thing is you can always go to my group and grab these links. I'll probably have them up in the next 10 minutes or so. All right. That's all I got for you today, guys. Catch up with me tomorrow because I'll have something more new and we'll get it done in just a few minutes. All right. So that today is your AI Buzz Daily with me, your host, John ColderICE Lawson. I'm out. Peace.